Where am I? As I come to, I adjust my eyes to the bright light. I gaze across an endless desert, shimmering under the oppressive glare of the sun. The cracked earth reflects the lifelessness in my eyes. Suddenly it seems as if the vast desert is filled with Earth's humanity. Thousands of everyday people appear and are clueless as to their whereabouts. As I was when I came to, they are confused as they stagger forward. The vast crowd, hollow-eyed shadows of their former selves, continue moving with no direction, no sound but the crunch of their feet against the desolation. Suddenly, the ground begins to tremble. A low, guttural rumble builds, shaking the landscape. The earth explodes into chaos. Fiery pits rip open, releasing torrents of smoke and flame. From the infernal depths rise demonic horsemen cloaked in fire, mounted on blazing steeds that rear and shriek. I stand frozen in terror. The demonic riders descend upon the crowd with savage fury, their jagged pitchforks piercing through flesh. The demons impale people from the crowd on their massive pitchforks, 3 bodies at a time, then ride to whence they came, shaking the fluttering bodies off the forks into the gaping pits. The crowd panics and scatters, but there is no safe place to run. Suddenly, a flicker of resolve ignites. I turn, spotting a single rock formation in the distance. With a burst of energy, I sprint toward it, taking cover. Peering around the edge, my gaze locks on an ethereal sight. 2 escalators stretching into the heavens, glowing with an unearthly light, untouched by the hellish destruction. A sudden surge of determination overtakes me. I have to get there! My eyes dart to an abandoned 18-wheeler half buried in the sand. I race toward it, yanking open the cab door. With a desperate slam on the dashboard, the engine roars to life. I suddenly shift to the trailer. Another version of me seemingly exists, pulling terrified survivors aboard. Their movements are frantic but purposeful. In a brief moment of connection, the 2 versions lock eyes through the side view mirror. No words are spoken, but an unspoken understanding passes between them. The truck becomes a juggernaut, weaving through fiery obstacles and roaring toward the escalators. We repeat this action many times, saving as many people as possible. Amidst the chaos, a demon realizes our rescue efforts and calls to the others as the truck barrels forward. Flames and demons chase relentlessly. The main demon, engulfed in flames, appears on the horizon, bellowing an unholy roar. His skeletal steed gallops at an impossible speed, leading the demonic horde. I see the escalators in the distance, so close, yet so far. I can feel the ground tremble beneath me as the demons close in. There's no time left. I slam the truck to a halt, the survivors rushing out of the truck and into the safety of the escalators. But there's no time to rest, no time to think. I have to make sure they get there. I turn to my twin. Go! Don't stop! I shout. He nods, pulling people to safety, but I can't go with them. Not yet. Stay low, keep moving, he calls out to the survivors, urging them on. The main demon is almost here. The weight of the world presses down on me. There's no turning back. Amid the frantic scramble, I see a man, his eyes wide with fear, desperation carving his features. He pushes past a woman who's clutching her child, her face streaked with tears. The man shoves forward, reckless, determined to make it to the escalator first. He barely dodges the pitchfork that swings toward him. The jagged prongs miss his leg by inches, but he doesn't falter. His feet hit the steps just as the demon shrieks in fury behind him. He keeps moving, gathering himself, standing tall as he ascends. His chest heaves with the rush of survival, but in his eyes, there's something else. Defiance. He taunts the demon, his voice cracking with adrenaline. Is that all you've got? He yells, standing firm next to another survivor as if to mock the creature that's been hunting us, but his defiance is short-lived. The escalator beneath him seems to tremble, the steps suddenly dissipate and vanish. The atmosphere shifts, a wail of finality. I see him fall to the ground, arms flailing. He stumbles to get up, but before he can recover, the demon strikes. In an instant, the demon's pitchfork is there, impaling the man with brutal efficiency. The sound is sickening, and the man's scream is cut short. The demon, merciless, raises him high on the jagged prongs before running him down to the pit, dragging him like a rag doll to the fiery depths below. I watch, helpless, as the man's body disappears into the chasm, consumed by fire. There's no glory in his sacrifice, only the bitter taste of regret. I turn my eyes toward the survivors still scrambling to ascend, urging them forward with all the strength I have left. Their lives, their hopes, rest on what happens next, and I won't let it end like this. I won't let them fall. I hit pedal with a renewed vigor for survival. Suddenly, I hear the whoosh of something flying through the air. The pitchfork. Slow motion. It spins toward us, its molten heat cutting through the air. I see it hit the rear tires of the truck, sparks flying, the truck jerking violently. The world spins out of control, the truck flips, the sound of metal scraping against the sand deafening. The survivors are thrown. They're dazed, but they're still alive. I scramble to my feet, bloodied but alive. I have to keep going. Move! I shout, pulling the survivors toward the escalators, urging them on. One of me stays behind to fend off the demons, his movements a blur of desperate bravery. The other me leads the survivors, shouting commands, pulling them toward the salvation of the escalators. The survivors ascend into a serene realm above the clouds, the horrors below fading. The protagonist stands on the edge of the platform, battered but victorious. Looking back, I see my twin amidst the flames, fighting to the end. A silent nod is exchanged before the flames consume the twin, his sacrifice complete. The main demon his pitchfork poised for a final strike. The camera slows as the weapon flies through the air, narrowly missing the protagonist as they leap onto the escalator. Then I woke up,